Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Minecraft The Farm Cottage set, which introduces some new pieces and some new concepts that we haven't gotten before from the LEGO Minecraft line. One of the new things is this semi-working anvil here that allows you to actually stamp things together. And what they want you to stamp in this set is a name tag. So this is a whole chest full of name tags, and some of these are already printed up, named, and some of them are not. They're just blank, so there are 3 of the blank ones in there, and they give you some of these white colored brackets that can be used on minifigs and other things. And the idea is that they want you to put a name tag on there just kind of loosely, you know, using your imagination a little bit. Push on this lever over here on the side, bring that up, line this up, and bring it down. And just imagine that that's actually working. So there you go. You're able to use an anvil to create a custom named name tag. And then you can put that onto something. Like how about this rabbit, for example? This is new. Brand new small head there with a slope on the back of it. And then it's brick built beneath that with also the fairly new piece that they've introduced, the 1x2 plate with hollow studs and rounded edges. So the idea here is that you'd be able to use the tail as a place to put a name tag. It does not work well on the rabbits, I have to say, because it's just going to be facing up. But it's the idea. It's the idea that counts here. I'm definitely happy to get the new actual rabbit figure, though. And this set also includes a baby rabbit in the dark tan color, so you could change up the pieces and turn this into an adult, obviously, if you want to, because it's just the same headpiece reused. Yeah, so 2 rabbits in total, 2 colors. Too bad they don't actually give you the pieces you need, though, to turn this into an adult. Would have been just a handful of additional pieces and would have provided some extra value for sure. You can put a name tag on a donkey. That works. This is a pretty good looking donkey. It has the 2 saddles that will actually hold some stuff. It's a little bit difficult to get a figure to sit on this with a name tag in place because it takes up one of the studs, but you can kind of make it work. You just need to have your figure leaning back a little bit. But this also uses the newer 1x2 plate with hollow studs and rounded corners for the hooves at the front and the rear alike. And this is looking pretty good. It has the simulation of kind of a saddle there in addition to the saddle bags. So I'm happy with this. I think everything about this works out pretty well. You can just bring the head up and down, and you can bring the tail up and down as well. You can also put a name tag on this baby pig that's included in the set. Once again, they don't include parts to turn it into an adult, but it's a little bit more palatable, I think, for the pig because it is a larger creature. But yeah, that kind of works, putting it on the side like that. I don't know. I think the name tag thing worked really well on the donkey. It would probably work pretty decently well on obviously a horse or a cow or a mushroom. But I think on these smaller things, it's just awkward and you're not able to get it to stand in or to be placed in kind of a more realistic position. You can turn that upside down and have it kind of look like it's floating in the air a bit, but I don't know. It's a thing. It works in some cases, not really in others. But back to the main build, this has some pretty nice terrain. I kind of like the lowered little bits of sand they have around here rather than relying strictly upon blocks to connect pieces, because I think the plates actually connect more securely than the 2x4 bricks would. So this stays together better, and I think it looks good as well. The first couple years they were trying to stick with full-sized bricks to represent blocks as much as they could, but they're starting to do things that are a little bit more specific to the physical Lego builds and not quite as realistic like this here. And I think that just looks really good, and that makes me want to think of different ways to use this. So I hope that Lego will continue to kind of break the mold a little bit and differentiate their physical builds from trying to be entirely realistic as much as possible, because I think they're doing a good job with it. I think it's working out pretty well. I'll come back to the main building, but got a pen over here with a little bit of hybrid building, materials going between wood and the stone corners, I believe those are supposed to be. And I got a little bit of, I love those lily pads. Perfect design for that. Uses the new style of flower piece for this year, just the flower head. Got a little bit of stuff growing around here. Got actually kind of a nice idea of a farm that's been started up here with some beets growing back there with the banner. You've got the wheat growing back there with the banner, and you've got carrots, including carrots that are harvestable. This is a very nice design. Again, not exactly how it necessarily works in game of having the whole thing in there, but it's pretty close, and it's just fun. It's just way better for the physical play to have that like that. So I think things are looking pretty good here on the exterior. We've got a printed map up on the side of the building there. Also the newer furnace piece, which has the 2 prints, so you can have it look like it's on or off or out of use. The door is still brick built, so you can open that up. And the build of the upper floors here looks pretty good. This is intended to represent a little diving board that's been created there just for the sake of fun, so somebody could hop up on that and then dive down, although they do not include any way to actually get up there, and there really is not enough space here to have a figure go there. But you can put smaller things up there, like you can put chickens in there, and you can put, I think a pig will fit in there, and also the rabbits, of course, will fit in there. Got some storage for hay up in the upper level there, and all of this can be removed on the top. So that's your easy access for figures to get there. And then all this can also be removed. This as well. Yeah, there we go. So let's take a look inside this structure. And there's really not that much going on. You have a bed there on one side that has been colored, and that's the yellowish orange color, or orangish yellow, not just the regular yellow. And then a crafting table, and that's just it. So that's a little bit disappointing. Wish there was a little more stuff going on in here, but it is kind of limited in its total amount of space. Again, kind of optimizing for the physical build here, rather than having full bricks going across. They've used tiles to create stoppers and to create platforms and spaces that work well for the physical build and aren't as realistic. And I think that's all fine. I think that it actually makes the Lego builds more fun to use, easier to use, and they make more sense as Lego builds this way. With everything put back together, here's a quick look at the other side, just in case you're curious about it. I think it doesn't look too bad from this side either, and this gives you a good look at the way they built the harvestable carrot section. So all this is studs on the side construction. You just have the 1x2x1 panels there that are holding each one of these in pretty perfectly. This is also designed to be changed around in its overall configuration pretty easily, so they suggest taking some of these modules apart, and they give you this alternate idea for how to reassemble them. Change the look of the structure over here quite a lot, make it look a little bit more like a proper house, and then put this here and go ahead and put this pen up top, and that really completely changes around, to me at least, the look and feel of this, the shape of it, just the environment I feel has been really changed a lot just by doing such small things. So little work is required for that. I like that. Sometimes the whole modular build thing does not really add value, doesn't really do that much, but this is one of those cases where I feel it does a lot. I think that there will be a lot of people who will prefer this form, especially for the house over here, and this just creates a different shape and actually makes this look a little bit better as a diving board area. It just needs a ladder to go with this, and yeah, this is at the very least a good little starter for getting you into changing things around the way you want, beyond just the instructions way. Almost every Lego Minecraft set has come with either Steve or Alex. Well, this one comes with Steve and Alex, and you get a wooden shovel, a cookie, an iron pickaxe, and a little printed little bit of seeds. I really like that seed print. I like it probably more than I should. There's something really, really cool about that to me, and I don't know why. No armor here, no change of leggings or anything. These are just absolutely default figures, but that's okay. I'm alright with it. I just want new player characters. That's all. Oh yeah, we also get this guy. And yeah, he's a skeleton. And I think he needs a name. So yeah, or maybe no. Maybe I'm wrong for assuming this skeleton's gender. Maybe I should have done this instead. There we go. That's more appropriate. Alright, now I'm good. I like this set a lot. It makes me smile. I like all these things, and I like this thing, and I like the reconfiguring of things. I like that thing, and I like these things back here and how it's all put together. So there's very little about this set that I dislike. Like I said, I definitely would like to see somebody other than just Steve and Alex in one of these sets at some point in the future. It would be really nice. The sooner the better. But just beyond that, this is good. This is done right. I think that they've really started to make Lego Minecraft its own thing over this past year, rather than just trying to be a physical manifestation block for block as much as possible of the game. It's becoming something more. I definitely hope that this trend continues. I'm also starting to look forward to the end of this release season because I've collected all these new Minecraft related things for this year, and I'm looking forward to putting them into my own Minecraft layout, which has not been worked on for too long now. Time for some reinvigoration. In the meantime, I do still have more important reviews to do, so stay tuned to my channel, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Thanks for watching.